This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Keep watching for more information and a special offer. When you're learning a foreign language, one thing that you can do is to watch movies and TV shows in that language with captions turned on so that you can read along with the dialogue. But then you notice that the captions don't always match the dialogue. How is this possible? Seriously, what is the reason? Well, captions and dubbing aren't normally done by the same people. Not only that, but they have different problems to solve, and different problems have different solutions. So, let's take them separately, beginning with captions. Now, here's the big issue with captions. You have to read them. Okay, I know you already knew that, but just think for a moment about what that means. First, you have to take your eyes off the action. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but second, it takes most people more time to read a text than to hear it. And that's because understanding spoken language is something that we have evolved to do, and it is completely instinctive. But reading is a skill that we have to be taught, and it takes the human brain a little longer to process. Now, according to my stats, about 30% of you watch my videos with closed captions enabled, and you might have noticed that I do tend to stick very closely to the spoken text. So far, nobody's actually complained that the captions are too fast for them. But most of my videos are vlogs, just my face talking. There's no action that you're trying to watch at the same time. And also, I don't normally talk very quickly. But for most movies and TV shows, caption writers are concerned with making their texts easy to read. And don't forget that they don't have much space. The text has to be big enough to read, but if you put too much text on screen, then, yeah, like that. The convention is to have a maximum of 2 lines per subtitle, and I also have a rule that there should be no more than about 50 characters per line. That should ensure that if you're watching on a standard YouTube player with captions at the default size, they shouldn't get too long to fit. Of course, I also translate my captions into German, a language which uses rather more letters than you might think strictly necessary. That makes things quite a bit more difficult, and is one reason that the German isn't always a perfect translation of the English. Now, none of these problems apply to dubbing. The texts don't have to be short enough to be read in time, but they do have to fit the actor's lip movements. For example, if I say in English, "This is dubbed," that translates into German as "Dies ist synchronisiert." Now let's put the English lip movements with the German words and see what happens. Dies ist synchronisiert. Doesn't exactly work, does it? Here's another example. In English, "You killed Rewboss," and dubbed into German, "Du hast Rewboss getötet." Of course, the dubbing will never be perfect, but it does have to be good enough so that it doesn't become distracting. And that's it. That's the reason. Subtitles have to be written for ease of reading, while dubbing needs to match the actor's lip movements. Accessing media in a different language can sometimes be difficult if you're not in a country where that language is spoken. You'd think that in this day and age that shouldn't be a problem, but it is. One of the ways that this is done is a geo-block, and this is where my sponsor can help you. Using ExpressVPN, you can pretend to be in a different country. Now, on some platforms you may need to use a few more tricks as well, but ExpressVPN will make it possible. Go to this address or use the link in the description. If you then sign up for a 12-month subscription, you'll get the first 3 months free. Oh, yeah, I normally have outtakes, but I don't really have any interesting outtakes to show you, so yeah, sorry. I'll, do better next time.